just be real.
Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Yeah, let's just be honest.
Let's just be.
A new trophy. Judd Trump's been runner-up twice in the Shanghai Masters. Lost 10-9 both times, 2012 to John Higgins, 2015 to Kyron Wilson.
Okay.
Pictures before it all gets underway. They're going to play 9 frames in this opening session. It's first to 10 to become champion.
Miss break. When you're ready.
So here we go, settle
the
back
first
and
frame, Jack
enjoy
Trump to
the
break.
final of Snooker's Shanghai Masters. Judd Trump to get us underway in the first of a possible 19 frames. Well, I'm certainly looking forward to this. I know that you are as well, Joe.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. Two of the most attacking players in the game, the most exciting players. Don't think it's going to be a long match, although the safety play between these two is very, very good. Had some very close matches, as David said. And the head-to-head couldn't be any closer. Well, he could have took this red on down the cushion, left the cue ball on the black cushion, been on the black. And didn't take it on, and he was better on it, O'Sullivan. Very close, and it was well worth the attempt, I thought. But Ronnie played the safety.
We're expecting big breaks. These the two leading century break makers this season. Trump's made 31, O'Sullivan 30, although, of course, Ronnie O'Sullivan hasn't played in as many tournaments as the other top players. But he's had his real match play face on this week, hasn't he? We saw it in Barnsley. Of course, he won the English Open. Runner-up last week in Coventry at the Champion of Champions. And again, this week he's been so disciplined.
Yes, it's not bad, is it? 3 finals and 3 tournaments. Well, can he be tempted by this red down the right side of the table? There's a little bit more danger with this one if he does take it on, because there's a red to the left of the black. Well, he could, the way he played it, he could only leave the red he was playing on. Stayed low on the black in case the red went in. Can Trump see enough of this red? Well, very difficult to see if you can see it there, but even if he could see it, could he hold for the black? It's brought the red down the table, but he's got a very good cue ball.
Well, it's the aspect of his game that has improved the most in recent years, his safety game, Trump. And when you're playing this man, it's got to be good.
Well, may have left a little tempter into the left corner. If you can avoid the red and just leave the cue ball on the cushion and be on the blue. Oh, you can see this red over the middle. Nope, just a safety. And I said that the safety between these two players is good.
O'Sullivan in his 44th ranking event final, looking for his 30th title. Judd Trump, 17th final, looking for his 9th title.
Oh, caught that much too thick. But he's got away with it. Similar type of shot. This time he catches it thin. Anywhere over the left side of the table could pose problems. I think he may just be able to hit the red to the right of the pink. To take the long red on is very dangerous. Although if he thinks he can find a path through the reds, he'll take it on. Great pot. And found the gap between the reds.
Until yesterday, he hadn't lost a frame all week. He won 4 matches 5-0, then of course beat his pal Jack Lazowski 6-3 yesterday.
Oh, an unexpected miss. Now, what's the damage? Plenty.
One.
Ronnie Sullivan turns 42 in a few weeks' time, but keeps himself very fit. Of course, we know he's into running. He's also been very conscious of late of his diet. He's lost some weight. You need a lot of energy to play snooker. It's not a physical game, but mentally draining. And of course, there's a lot of travelling as well, which can take it out of you.
Yeah, big style, but looking at him, he looks fresh. He really does. He looks sharp, has done all week.
14.
As you said, David, only lost 3 frames, is it?
15.
He's lost 6 in the tournament. It's funny though, because O'Sullivan, it's not that long ago that, you know, he looked like he might have retired. He took most of the season off. Now he seems to be playing every day somewhere. Be back in Belfast next week at the Northern Ireland Open. He's due to play Tuesday.
21.
Yeah, quite amazing, really, how he's playing so well, travelling so much.
$28. 29. $35. 36.
Well, slightly the wrong side of the pink, so going away from the reds. Now he's just looking to see where he needs to be able to pot the red and miss the reds.
$42.
Well, unexpected,
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 42.
but so was Trump's on the green. So good chance falls to Judd Trump.
So Trump trails by 41 as he returns to the table.
1.
And he's just overrun that.
Yes, I'm not sure if he was trying to play for the black there. Maybe there was a gap, but he's overrun it. Maybe bring the green into play if he can see it.
Green ball.
Could have done without the
Tom,
double
one.
kiss.
Yes, there'll be nerves for sure, even with these two great players, because this is a huge occasion. You know, this tournament dropped off the calendar, was put back on. It's turned into one of the best events we've seen all season, the quality of the snooker that we've seen this week. And this is a huge match, 150,000 to the winner. This looks a good shot.
Safety appreciated by the crowd. Not quite a snooker. Good safety. And that's forced the mistake. I think the top red will go to the left corner pocket. Yep, just about. So another chance this from Sullivan. Again, a clever shot there from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Could have played for the black or pink, but decided to play down for one of the baulk colours and hid the red over the middle pocket. That was just in case he missed the red. Now he can get to that red over the middle, or indeed any of the other ones. Well, not the best positional shot.
5.
This is a real tough one. And too high.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 5.
So still plenty of snooker left in this frame.
One.
I don't think he's got the angle to be able to pot the red to the middle and
5.
disturb those two reds by the black spot. But if he has got some kind of an angle to try and split them, he'd be on the black.
6.
Well, I think he did try. Could have also left an angle on the pink to disturb them. And again, trying to play the cannon to the two reds with lots of right-hand side on the
13.
cue ball. So now just the safety. Try and get the cue ball in behind the yellow and avoid the double kiss.
Jatrom, 13.
Good safety.
Already a fascinating start to this final. Ronnie O'Sullivan 32 points in front.
Now a chance to bring the reds into play.
Well, some sort of word being had there from the referee, Peggy Lee.
Another good safety, because the safety shot from the red on the cushion is a very difficult one. Doesn't want it to bounce too much. Maybe he can just pot this red. Yep. And it's going to finish up over the pocket. So another great chance for O'Sullivan to take this first frame. Two big colours with the two open reds. Should be enough.
One.
That's a great shot. Could have lost the frame had he missed that one.
Six. Seven.
So just the black needed. Played for the red into the middle. One snooker to tie.
14.
Change that. One snooker to win.
Well,
Ronnie O'Sullivan,
Trump's
14.
He needs blacks with these two reds. And very difficult to hold for the black there. A switch to right-handed.
He was always a tall order, that, not least because this red was always going to be onto the middle. So if Sullivan knocks this in, then it's going to be 1-0 to him. Rather edgy start. That's not a big surprise, though. This is a big match between two big-time players, both looking to lay down a marker early on. It's going to be Ronnie O'Sullivan who takes the opening frame. I think when they relax a bit, the breaks will start to flow.
6. 7.
'If O'Sullivan does win the title, of course, he goes
40.
to second place on his own on the all-time list of ranking event winners. He's currently tied on 29 with John Higgins, 7
60.
behind the retired Stephen Hendry. So he's won the opening frame, as I say. It took a few chances. You can forgive a bit of edginess early on in this final. Long way to go. It's first to 10, remember, who wins the Shanghai Masters. Ronnie O'Sullivan leads Judd Trump by 1 frame to 0. Frames in the first session, first to 10 to become champion this evening. You know, there are a few chances on either side in the opening frame, but he got a little bit scrappy. But as I say, can forgive a few early nerves.
Yes, it started with Judd Trump missing that easy green.
Thank you. The second frame, Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
A couple of easy chances from both players missed, but I think you're right, David. They'll settle. A little pacey on the break-off. Was very close, and again the only red he could leave was the one that he played. just caught it a little thick, but no damage done. Push the black safe. And by playing that red, that frees the black into the right corner and got a good safety. This is what he's faced with. No easy path back to balk from there. Well, it's just run far enough, I
Ronnie
think,
O'Sullivan 4.
not to leave the red to the middle.
Peggy Lee is the referee in charge here.
Couldn't get the cue ball over to the left side of the table, which is where the real safety is. Treble safety. But maybe Judd Trump can get that cue ball over the left side here. Needs to miss the brown. Yeah, and that's a good one.
So this is the view he has from the bulk end.
Yes, can't see the red just to the left of the pink there. Not enough to get back to the balk area. Well, that's pretty good. Swung the cue ball past the reds with all the top spin that he had on the cue ball. The red just below the black could be a possibility for the safety. Oh, he's looking at the pot. Well, it was a tough one, just off straight. But a chance for O'Sullivan.
Yeah, the black's free as well now. He went for broke there, trying to force his way in to this frame. A little bit of concern though as he sits back down.
One.
Oh, a good positional shot, using the red to get the right side of the blue. Wants to get the black back on its spot as soon as possible.
7.
Ronnie O'Sullivan made his 900th career century last week in Coventry. Quite incredible, really. 24 years since he won his first ranking title, the UK Championship. Ooh, that black's just a little bit Jurish. Yeah, 24 years. He was just coming up to his 18th birthday, won the UK Championship.
14.
But his discipline has really impressed me of late. He's really focused.
15.
He did say he'd been obviously watching a lot of snooker in his Eurosport punditry role and watching a lot of Mark Selby and trying to incorporate a few things from Mark's game, because there have been times over the years where Ronnie has wanted to play well all the time, and that's not possible really, even for him. It's a tough game. Whereas now I think he's just more focused on getting the result.
21.
And not giving his opponent anything. This is a good chance here after Trump took that red on.
28.
Yes, the 4 red's just above the black. May need a little bit of attention. We can just leave a nice angle on the black,
29.
just to play a little nudge. There's a possible plant there as well
36.
to the left corner.
$37.
And when he takes this red, it makes it easier to play for the plant. Just having another look at the plant. But got a glimpse of it earlier and it looked dead set to the pocket.
$45.
Of course, doesn't have to play for it yet. Still got that loose red to the left corner.
$50. $51.
So the red that Trump went for is looking pretty costly right now.
56.
Still a couple of reds needed here.
57.
Yes, and the 2 reds behind the black, freely available. It was a tough red that Trump took on. Had he hit the right side of the ball, the cue ball would have gone back down the table.
64.
Well, this is effectively frame ball. Yes, I'm sure
65.
Judd Trump is going to attack. He's going to show O'Sullivan he's not intimidated by him. He's got no reason to be. He's beaten him as many times as Ronnie's beaten him, but the fact is it didn't go in, and O'Sullivan has punished him.
72. 73.
With a chance now to make the first century of this final.
80. 81.
He already holds the highest break of the tournament, 144.
$86. 87.
Lots of right-hand side on the cue ball. Well, that's
90.
gone as bad as it could, really.
91.
That's an excellent shot.
That's a pity.
Ronnie O'Sullivan,
No
91.
century, but a fine 91 from Ronnie O'Sullivan, as I say, punishing. And Judd Trump took that long red on. It proved to be his last shot of the frame. So good start here for the 5-times world champion. Ronnie O'Sullivan leading Judd Trump 2-0. Judd Trump's just broken off in frame 3. He's trailing here in the early stages of this Shanghai Masters final. Ronnie O'Sullivan with the 91 break there in the second frame. The first was a bit scrappy, a bit edgy, but when his chance came in the second, he took it well. Well, he's been told to tuck his shirt in. It's a bit old to be a schoolboy, Ronnie, but he's been told there, tuck your shirt in.
Yes, he's got good support, Judd Trump. Here in China, they want to see a good match here. Oh, this is close.
1.
Well, he didn't hold his hand up, so assume he played the pot. He also played the cue ball.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 1.
Could have rolled up to the green, but he knew that Judd Trump would just come off the side cushion, land up into the red, so tried to get the cue ball dead on the cushion. Try and force Judd Trump to hit them thick or thin. And this time it stays out, and because it got close, it stayed near the pocket.
One.
Well, that's exactly what he played. Not ideally on the blue, but should pot it. He cannot afford to miss those type of shots.
在场观众保持安静。
He's missed an easy green in the first frame, cost him dearly. Missed that red in the last frame. It was a tough red, mind, but it cost him.
Well, the blue might not cost him because Ronnie O'Sullivan has missed that red.
Nothing easy left.
No, but that could have been frame over again.
It could. And he'll look upon it as a missed chance, O'Sullivan. Well, it's a good job it went in because there was a path there. Didn't play it, of course. And this blue isn't easy either. 2-0 down. Well, that's not too bad. He's on this red to the right corner. May be able to play it left-handed as well. If not, then it's a switch to right. Yeah, you can just reach it left-handed.
Seven.
Still not in ideal position yet.
Trump 7.
Well, this time it could be very costly.
Yeah, like you say, he was trying to get into ideal position, just get some table time and settle down, but he's missed the pink.
Well, it's dead easy to play for the pink here, but when the pink respots, it's in a difficult position, so he might play up for the blue, come down for the red by the pink spot, and that's what's going through his mind at the moment.
One.
Doesn't always play for the obvious ball, O'Sullivan, but just come a little too far to hold for that red by the pink. So may play the cannon to that red. Oh, tried to come past it for the red to the middle.
6. Seven.
Again, a little strong. Could play the cannon to the two reds closest together. Just a gentle little cannon to open them up. And that hasn't turned out as easy as it could have been. He's now tied the pink up. Well, attempted to play for the black with the pink out of commission. Get the black back on its spot and it's in business. But didn't finish ideal on it. Seems to have potted a lot of balls for 16. The red next to the pink will go to the right corner pocket.
观众把手机收起来。21. 22. 27.
And the packed house is enjoying all of these good positional shots from Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Well, I
这
think
位观众，楼上的观众，
someone took a
把手
picture
机
with a
放下
flash on the
有闪
camera,
光灯，
which
你
is
没有
why
发
they're
现吗
being told off by the ref.
$28.
Really worked hard for these. He hasn't taken a black or a pink in this break.
$34.
Yes, and now he doesn't want to take a black or a pink. He wants to leave them tied up.
Just seems to be thinking so clearly, which of
39.
course makes a big difference when your mind is in a good place.
$40.
$33 points the difference. Another red and a blue. Should see him safe.
45.
Just checking the score, but red and a blue doesn't want to disturb the black. Well, now he needs another red. 39 points the difference. And that doesn't help matters.
$48.
41 in front then, with a possible 43 on. But black and pink both awkward.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 48.
He didn't want that.
1.
That's for sure. Now, unless the black goes in, he's going to need snookers.
Yeah, that's calamitous really for Trump. As it stands now, he needs 2 snookers without a colour.
If he took the blue on and potted it, he could tie.
Well, it's going to be black. Yep, so
Control 1.
2 snookers needed. It's always going to be tough for Trump anyway with where the black and pink were, but obviously that red going in is not what he wanted. And the next frame, assuming O'Sullivan does win this one, the next frame is, I think, big for Trump. He's got to try and get involved in this final. Because there's no better front runner than the man at the table. We saw that in Barnsley. He beat Karen Wilson there 9-2, and there was a big early frame there as well, the third, but he pulled away after that and was unstoppable at the end, unplayable actually.
Not afraid of leaving the red on. Stops the free balls if you can force Judd Trump to pot the red. Again, didn't really want it in, but he is on the black, which will leave him needing 2 snookers. Blue in a good place. Black when it's respotted. In a good place.
Eight. Ten. Trump 10.
That makes it a little bit harder. Pink going onto the cushion. If it runs, well, it's easily swervable if he is snookered. This is close. Well, if he pots the green and brown, 1 snooker to tie on the blue.
3. Seven.
Well, looks like he's going to play 1 snooker to win on the pink.
Twelve.
Well, that's not the best shot he's ever played.
Trump 12. Yeah,
He's saying to him, don't even bother potting it. So it's not going Judd Trump's way so far here in Shanghai. It's Ronnie O'Sullivan firmly on top and leading the final by 3 frames to 0. He missed a green, second frame a very difficult red, but then he had another chance. He missed a blue in the 3rd frame and then a pink, although he wasn't ideal on it by any means. Ronnie O'Sullivan crafted a very good 48 break to put himself on the brink of winning the frame, and then Trump was unlucky, because he twice flew to red. He didn't really want to, particularly the first one. And anyway, in the end, O'Sullivan has won that frame as well. So it's 3-0. There's one more to come before the interval. The danger, though, Joe, is that if Ronnie O'Sullivan gets a big lead up, he's going to be impossible to catch.
Yeah, and we know that he gets more confident the further he gets in front. But we also know that Judd Trump's good on the comeback trail. You know, he won't be too concerned right now, and if he can win this frame, 3-1 at the interval, it's anybody's still, but obviously O'Sullivan is firm favourite now, 3-0, and if he starts to play well, and he hasn't done as yet, O'Sullivan, he's had chances and hasn't killed the frame off in one visit, which he normally does. If he starts doing that, it put real pressure onto Judd Trump.
Yeah, Trump, as I said in the last frame, he needs table time, really. If he can get himself into position, which he couldn't really do in the last frame, then you'd fancy him to get going. And, of course, the good news is it is a long match. It's 2 sessions. But this man, obviously, the happier of the two at the moment. Just waiting for Trump to return. The second session, by the way, 11:30 in the UK. And time to tell you as well, of course, we kick off the next leg of the Home Nation Series on Monday in Belfast. We'll be at the Waterfront Hall for the Northern Irish Open. Mark King, of course, defending that title. All 7 days live on Eurosport.
And I believe there's still some tickets available.
Thank you, frame 4, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
So this is the last frame before the mid-session, and Ronnie O'Sullivan sitting pretty in Shanghai, leading 3-0.
I feel sure he'll take this red on. Very tough. Played to safety. Doesn't want to go 4-0 down. Can see that red, but not enough to pot it.
Foul. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4.
He's done that a couple of times on that same shot. Caught it just a little bit too thick. And this time it may cost him. Not ideally on the black. Cue ball is going into the reds. Nicely played. Red is cuttable to that right corner.
8.
just about held up for the green. Although, tough shot. Trump missed one a lot easier than this. Oh, so close. Had it gone in, great chance for Trump.
我再跟大家说一遍，请大家把闪光灯关上，手机关上，不要再交谈，大家相互监督一下好吗？说了很多次了，下次谁再干扰，我请他即刻出场。
Well, that's you told.
She meant business there.
Well, O'Sullivan frustrated there, but he'd have been more frustrated, as Joe said, if the white had gone in and left Trump the red to the middle.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 12.
I know one thing, if Peggy Lee says he's not a free ball, there's no arguing, is there? I don't know what was going on in the audience there, but she certainly told them.
Yes, those two reds down the other end of the table means that the safety's down this end for the time being. And the reds will gradually open unless somebody can find a plant. Well, he didn't play that, but it's gone in. And chance to lay up right behind the black. Don't think the black will go to the right centre.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 1.
Like I say, just seems to be thinking so clearly, O'Sullivan. He's in a good place mentally.
Yes, as long as he keeps getting the cue ball there, his favourite, O'Sullivan. Very difficult to get the cue ball there every time, but so far he's managed it.
Touching ball.
Well, this time he doesn't get it dead, so maybe a chance for Trump to screw that cue ball back to the black cushion and could just roll up into them.
The point we made right at the start that because these are two such attacking players, the safety is really important because they're trying to keep each other out, not give any sort of chance or advantage. And this is where patience is so important.
Well, does this red go?
Yep, so O'Sullivan in to that long safety battle.
Yeah, that was very careless, really, of Judd Trump to have left that red on. He was just rolling into the reds.
Seven. Eight. Thirteen.
Well, it's clear concern for him now. Back in that seat. He hasn't had many really easy chances, but he might reflect on that green in the first frame because that was a chance to get going immediately in this match. Since then, it's all kind of been awkward for Trump.
Yes, that's the only time he's been in, when he was on the green, and it was a relatively easy positional shot. He got nicely on the red. O'Sullivan made a little break off it. But that set the pattern, missing that green.
Just feels since then he's been trying to force his way into the match. It's not quite worked yet for Trump. And the danger here is going to be 4-0 down at the mid-session break.
Be very surprised if he wasn't, David.
97.
One of the problems he's got is that O'Sullivan just seems to be so calm and focused.
Yeah, and he was definitely patient there. Got that cue ball tight to the cushion each time.
33.
He's here to do a job, and that is to win his 30th ranking title. 50-0 up in this fourth frame.
Well, if he plays for the blue, it doesn't matter if he's the wrong side either way. He'd be on reds. So anything but straight. Decided
34.
to play for the black. Not ideally on these two reds. Should still pot the red to the middle.
41. $42.
Beautifully played. Nicely on the black. And one more red needed.
Yeah, so he's taken a firm grip early on of this final.
49.
Judd Trump knows, though, from pretty bitter personal experience that these longer matches can
50.
turn round. He was 7-2 up to John Higgins in the final in 2012 here. Lost 10-9. But clearly the early frames after the interval are going to be crucial for Trump, because if it goes 6-7-0, then there's only going to be one winner.
56. 57. 62. 63.
Highest break so far, 91 in the second frame.
Well, if you can leave an angle on the green,
66.
could play him behind the red. Or play to
67.
knock it out.
70.
Trump just having to sit and take this.
71.
So, the 6 colours for the first century of the final.
76.
Oh dear. 76 will do, though.
76.
Ronnie O'Sullivan then firmly in control of the Shanghai Masters final. Judd Trump desperately needing to get in when they come back after the interval. A long way to go. It's first to 10 to become champion here later today, but O'Sullivan sitting pretty at the moment at the grand stage. He's leading Judd Trump 4-0.
And make it happen, especially against somebody like Ronnie O'Sullivan, who's a great front runner.
9-4 to O'Sullivan in the UK final 3 years ago. He won 10-9 in the end, so there was a comeback there, albeit in vain. Anyway, the players have returned.
保持安静，谢谢。Frame 5, Judd Trump to break.
So a big mini session coming up for Judd Trump. He's trailing 4-0 in the final of the Shanghai Masters to Ronnie O'Sullivan, but still 5 frames here, as I say, to be played before the resumption this evening.
Yes, and at this moment in time, he could still lead this session 5-4. And that's what he was thinking.
And intervals can make a difference, we know that. The player who's in front would like to carry on. The player who's behind needs that, sometimes that bit of respite to get their head together.
chance here at this long red, but he'll be leaving the other one. No, he couldn't be tempted. His patience has been exemplary so far, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah, it's twofold for Trump. He's getting involved in the match, but he's also getting under O'Sullivan's skin. So far, neither's happened.
Just played the safety down this end of the table. Well, the last time they played the safety play down this end of the table, Ronnie O'Sullivan won it. A little tempter to the right middle. Could be a frame loser though if he misses it. Just keeping his hands warm.
Well, he's certainly no mug. You can say that for Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Well, he gave that some thought. He knew he was leaving a chance at this red to the left middle, but he also knew that the cue ball was going into the reds if O'Sullivan decides to take it on. So it's a clever little shot that he's played there. And again, can't be tempted, O'Sullivan. Being really patient.
Yeah, he's keeping him out. It's interesting, a lot of O'Sullivan's more, shall we say, passionate fans, when Mark Selby does this, they don't like it. But wonder what they make of Ronnie O'Sullivan doing a bit of grinding. He's doing it well today.
Yes, he can see a red to play the safety back to balk down the left side as he's looking at it. But again, not taking the risk. That cue ball was very close. Another good safety. Judd Trump. And this is what he's got to do. He's got to be equally patient as Ronnie O'Sullivan is. And that is too hard. And a chance now for Judd Trump. Not ideally on this red, but he should be able to pot it and get to the black. He's hampered over the yellow. Nicely played.
Well, this is what I said. What happens when Trump gets his first real chance in this match? He's got it here. He's got to do something.
Well, he hasn't played that well. And that's probably because of the table time.
8.
He's the wrong side of this red. Not straightforward to play up for the blue.
Nine.
And this is awkward. Bridging over these reds. Thin cut on the black. But it was his first shot on the black that's causing this problem.
And he's 4-0 down to Ronnie O'Sullivan, just to add to the pressure on this shot. And he's missed it.
Judd Trump, 9.
Yeah, not happy.
I didn't expect him to miss it, but it was awkward.
Well, it's not just awkward, he's just bang under it because of the start to this final. Needed things to be straightforward there, and they weren't.
One. Six. Seven. Twelve. Thirteen.
Now, I could play the cannon to the 3 reds by the pink. That would leave him on choice of reds. Just a slow cannon to the reds if he plays it.
Twenty. 21.
Found the gap nicely between the reds.
Twenty-six. 27. 34.
I've got a feeling he played for the red into the right corner. But this red to the middle just needs a little bit of work. If he plays for the black or the pink, he's got to be careful. This isn't as easy as it looks on TV. Found the gap between the reds very nicely.
Trump was in, but lost ideal position very quickly. Missed that awkward black under pressure. If O'Sullivan does win the frame, he's guaranteed to be in front coming back tonight. And then the question is, by how many?
Well, didn't come far enough. And this is awkward. 40 points in the game. A switch to left-handed.
52.
Well, good kiss on the black.
Well, now he has the frame at his mercy. Already 49 in front, so a couple of balls away from 5-0.
59.
Well, this is turning into a bit of a nightmare for Judd Trump. Did have a chance early in this frame, but he needs 2 snookers right now.
65. 66. 73. 74.
Well, he can't miss at the moment.
81.
Ball corner. Wasn't far away.
Yeah, another fine contribution from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Started when Trump missed that awkward black. 81 from the Rocket. Guaranteed a lead now going into the final session. Big problems for Judd Trump. He's trailing in Shanghai by 5 frames to 0. 5-0. He's just had an 81 break in the 5th frame. I think the frustration for Trump is that he actually won the safety battle. We've been talking about O'Sullivan's patience has been exemplary, which it has been. Trump actually won the safety duel, but then couldn't take advantage. Ran out of ideal position pretty early on, missed a tough black. O'Sullivan made 81 and it's 5-0. But that's a great pot.
Yeah, the crowd loved that one, but he's faced with another tough pot if he wants to keep this break going.
Oh, he meant that one. Not out the woods yet, though.
Looks good. And he's on a red to the left middle.
Yes, and listen to the support he's getting. He's got a lot of fans here, and also there's a lot of spectators who want a close final. They want this to go close later on.
He needs to get onto a roll, doesn't he? An attacking roll. Easy to say when you've been frozen out.
14.
But he's quite capable of doing it.
15.
I remember Sean Murphy being well behind with Ali Carter and came out after the interval and blasted him off the table, potted everything. These top players are capable of that.
20.
Yes, and it's where self-belief comes in, and also experience. You know, he's won titles, Judd Trump. He's won 8 ranking events, including one this season at the European Masters. There was a little bit, in that first red, there was a little bit, come on, you're much better than this, let's get going.
28.
He's the wrong side of the blue. And now it's going to be difficult to get to that last loose red. Just a little bit too much right-hand side on the cue ball.
34.
Still, he hasn't missed.
Judd Trump 34.
Seems it's not the warmest arena in the world. They're both clutching mugs of hot water.
Now the double kiss. And it was a strange shot that he was playing there, O'Sullivan, trying to leave the cue ball on the black cushion, didn't want to open the reds, playing the safety. And needs to leave an angle here to be able to go into the reds. Well, it was a good bust, but not on anything.
8. Judd Trump 8.
Excellent safety from O'Sullivan. Well, that could have been a lot worse. And that's another good safety, taking the cue ball over the left side of the table. This time it's Trump that gets a little bit of luck. Nothing easy for O'Sullivan. Terrific pot.
1.
And again, that was all or nothing.
So Trump was in at the start of the frame, but O'Sullivan is in now. Red spread far and wide.
Yes, and split the two reds. That was going to cause him a problem at some stage. So only got one red,
8.
one difficult red to contend with.
9.
Well, he could have done with being straighter on this black. May have to push the red towards that right corner. Well, that was a different class. Guaranteed to have been on a red.
16. $70. $24. $25.
He's already thinking about that red on the cushion. And he's left an angle on this red to bring it out.
30. $31.
Didn't quite have the angle. That was a good red to bring that red into play. Now, could leave himself high on the blue
36.
to again try and bring that red into play.
37.
Not quite point there.
Points level. That red is looking like Trump's only hope in this frame now.
43.
Well, he won't be too bothered about dropping in behind the red, because he can switch to left-handed.
$50. $51. $56.
Well, so close, but barring a good pot, Trump could be coming back to the table.
So the break ends at 56.
Ronnie O'Sullivan,
14 in the frame. What moments these are in the final.
And finish with a snooker. Slight swerve, and he's missed it.
Foul. And a miss.
Oh, no free ball,
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4.
fortunately. He was trying to catch the red full, send the red down the table, leave the cue ball by the black. Missed it by quite a distance.
Oh, I had a look on the side. Yeah. Do you wanna hop?
Going to get the technology up to just check. Thumbs up.
Well, it doesn't look that too difficult to swerve, but he's right behind the shot. This looks a lot more dangerous, and this could be a free ball.
Foul. And a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4.
It is,
Free ball.
but it's no good to him.
Yellow ball.
Well, I'm saying no good to him. He got the snooker, but he missed the yellow. And now that it's gone in, he's got the green.
1.
And will take him to the red.
He's in a pretty ruthless mood here, Ronnie O'Sullivan, isn't he? 26 in front, red and a colour, to lead 6-0.
5.
Trump started the frame with that cracking red. But Judd Trump is yet to make a 40 break in this final. Bearing in mind he's come into the match as the season's leading century break maker. It's going to have to start happening soon, otherwise this will be a landslide.
10.
O'Sullivan is focused, determined, disciplined, and potting some great balls along the way too. He's made the 4 half centuries so far, highest 91 in the second frame.
19.
And he's only now 4 frames away from becoming champion.
24.
So the onslaught continues. That was Judd Trump's best chance to win his first frame of the final, but it's gone the way of all the others. And Ronnie O'Sullivan forges even further in front, leading Judd Trump by 6 frames to 0. 4 more, and he is the Shanghai Masters champion. Late in this session, Ronnie O'Sullivan just 4 away from winning the title. Seems to be struggling a little bit with the conditions, Trump, just keeping position when he's got in. He got in with that cracking red, good black as well, but didn't go very far, that break. And eventually O'Sullivan did the business, got in with a good red himself, and 6-0. This is not what we were expecting, Joe.
No, absolutely not. And I think the worst thing for Trump is that every time he does get a chance, there's so much pressure on him to do well, win the frame at that visit. He played exceptionally well with the safety earlier on in the games. He won the safety battle, but he's not doing the business when he does get in. And that, I'm afraid, has got to change.
Yeah, 3 big frames. You feel he's got to win them all, but certainly just get on the board. Make a nice break if he can himself, settle down a bit. He's a great, great player, but at the moment, this is turning into a bit of a nightmare for him.
Frame 7, Judd Trump to break.
Not over yet, though. This is frame 7 of a possible 19. Judd Trump breaking off, trailing 6-0. He's getting a lot of support from this crowd.
Yes, they're trying to gee him on a bit, but he's just got to start playing some great snooker.
Peggy Lee in charge here, having to keep the crowd in order as well. Although the crowds have been great this week, always have been in Shanghai.
Well, you could see the cue ball drifting off to the left as it was coming down the table, and it's left Trump a chance. So he's in first again. Well, had he been thinking clearly, I'm sure he'd have played for the other red to the left corner, left himself an angle on the black, gone into the pack of reds and had the insurance of that red he's just spotted. And again, he could play to leave himself an angle on the black to open the reds up.
15.
Got the insurance of the red over the left corner. Secret here is not to hint them too hard. Well, they haven't split very well, have they? He's just knocked one red out.
22.
I expected the balls to split nicer than that. I'm sure he did.
Three. 31.
And this time going up for the blue. Right side of the blue to play for that red over the middle. And then leave an angle on the blue to disturb the reds. That's his plan.
This is already his highest break of the match.
37.
Big shot coming up here.
Yeah, the 3 reds just below the pink. Just hope they're not the plant to the left corner. Well, that's a good split.
And listen to the applause he's getting. This crowd are willing him on.
Well, he's got every chance now.
Oh,
he's under-hit it. Anything but under-hitting it. Well, he'll be kicking himself in his mind. It's okay, he's got to play the next shot. Yeah, sure, but everything inside him will be thinking, why didn't I hit it harder? So much room to play with. But now he needs to think a little bit. Put the green safe or the brown. Give himself a little bit of insurance.
Well, that's frustrating for Trump. Still hasn't made a 50 break today.
He did well there to avoid the double kiss. And what an excellent safety. Could be a shot to nothing on here. Now can Trump see this red to the right corner, the easier one. Let's have a look, okay. Well, that was a quick look. And that was an excellent pot. Again, the cue ball's just run a little awkward. Not perfect on the yellow. And not ideal on the green. He's missed one like this, don't forget. fought it thick. Oh, wow. That would have been cruel.
Four.
Bit of a tightrope walk this for Trump, trying to win his first frame.
Five.
Well, I don't think he played to bring that red into play. There was no need to. A 48-point lead. And now he's brought it into play. He's got to make sure of these balls.
Wow, I think he's not in. It's hung on the lip.
下场 5。赛场观众保持安静。
Now he needs to disturb those two reds, which he has done straight away. And now there's nothing safe except the brown.
Well, this would be an absolute sickener for Trump, considering everything that's happened. He had two good chances in this frame.
Seven. 8. 15. 16.
Now, may play for the red below the pink while he's got the angle to get onto that red.
One.
Very close.
22.
So this red on the cushion is not a
27.
gimme, and neither is the brown. And that's what
28.
Judd Trump will be pinning his hopes on. Lots of right-hand side on the cue ball, but not ideal on this
35.
red.
$36.
And to put everything into the pot there. He's going to need the pink. Doesn't want to be straight on the green.
45.
And that looks just about right. And so does that. Easy pink he missed.
52.
So O'Sullivan needs blue and pink to lead 7-0. And this frame of all of them is going to hurt the most for Trump.
57.
I tell you what, there's a danger. This could be a whitewash. He's going to take some getting over this frame. But what a fantastic clearance from Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's on it today, and then some. Absolutely brilliant. The 70 clearance from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Surely that's the killer blow now. Is there any way back at all for Judd Trump? That is a sickener for him. O'Sullivan 3 away from winning the Shanghai Masters title, leading Judd Trump by 7 frames to 0. 10-0. You don't see many whitewashes in ranking finals. 1989, the year Judd Trump was born, Steve Davis beat Dean Reynolds 10-0 to win the Grand Prix. Can't think of any since then in a ranking tournament final. Well, there's 2 frames to be played here in this session, and Judd Trump just desperate to get one on the board. He had another chance there, 2 good chances really, and it all ended when he just failed to pop that pink, just came up short.
Yeah, probably the shot before when he made contact with the red, brought the red off the cushion, and I said at the time, well, he better clear up now because he's brought the only safe red into play. And he left the pink short, and that was incredible.
But what a great clearance.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, straight away he left a shot at the red that brought the 2 safe reds into play for Ronnie O'Sullivan, which, well, that was unlucky to leave that, but great clearance from O'Sullivan. Never looked like missing.
So Ronnie O'Sullivan needs 3 more frames to become champion. 2 left to play in this session. Unexpectedly one-sided affair, this. O'Sullivan, though, has played so well. He's had breaks in 91, 76, 81, 56, 70. Just strong in all departments.
Well, these have got to go in. And that kiss has left a red on to the left corner. Would have been safe without the kiss. Yes, not happy with that one. He's left it straight.
Eight.
Nicely played, and a nice angle. Play the cannon to the red, or go into them with speed. Played the slow cannon to the red. And might just nudge another couple of reds out.
16. 17.
Didn't quite catch them thick enough, and that's why he's left with this awkward black. An unexpected miss, and you can see him grimace because he really wanted to win this frame and make it 8-0. Now he's handed Trump a lifeline.
Well, Judd Trump has sort of got a toe in the door, that's all it is. But it's a chance here. He's got to take it. He knows it.
Yes, and he'd like to get the black back on its spot as soon as possible.
One.
Well, he wanted to miss the blue. It'd have been the right side of the black then. It needs to slow down.
8.
I think he can pot it.
Just been put off by an insect or something. Judd Trump has the class and the ability to take out frames with huge breaks, we know that. But it's the scenario of 7-0 down in a major final to the best player who's ever lived. So huge pressure on him here. It looks kind of easy for him, but it's not at all.
16.
Yes, now you get to see how difficult snooker can be. When somebody like Judd Trump is struggling to make a 50 break. Hasn't come hard enough for the easy red, and this is missable. Now is the red in the middle of that cluster that will go to the left corner. There's one that will go to the left of the pink. Needs to slow down. Too hard for the red into the right corner. And this one to the left corner, not straightforward. Well, you don't want to be playing these type of shots when you're 7-0 down against Ronnie O'Sullivan. You really don't. Looks good. Yeah, well played. And what a brave shot to take on.
36.
That was well and truly missable.
$37. 42. 43.
And the wrong side of the blue. Which makes this red more difficult than it could have been.
48.
Big shot again. Right in the middle.
49.
And it needs to keep running. He's just got there.
This is Judd Trump's first half century of the final. It's been, all things considered, a great break. He's been in trouble a couple of times, a couple of recovery pots he's had to pull out.
54.
Yeah, I think he showed his
55.
fighting qualities in this game. Hasn't given up. A lot of people could have done.
No, and if he does win the final, it'll go down as one of the greatest achievements of any player.
62.
So keep that in the back of his mind. He'll fight for sure.
63.
And there's a big frame coming up next. It looks like he's won this one. If he can make it 7-2, all right, it's a long way back, but this could have been 10-0. That's what he was staring at. After all that's happened, he may well make a century here. Just to remind everyone, there's a match still on.
71.
What about that? What about that for a shot? Lots of right-hand side to knock the red off the cushion. I was thinking he's going to leave an angle on the black to bring the red off.
76.
Plays a shot I never thought of.
Well, this is releasing a bit of tension as well, which is good, and it's what he
77.
needs. Still in big trouble, make no mistake, but he's, as I say, just producing the goods here, which will do wonders for his own confidence. And also getting the crowd on his side. He's got plenty of support.
82. '84. '87.
If he can keep knocking the big breaks in, he can make this
91.
closer. It's obviously a tall order, but he had to start somewhere, and it started in this 8th frame.
96.
So after everything he's been hit with, he needs this pink for a century. I tell you what, every credit to Judd Trump. 102 to win his first frame. It's not going to be a whitewash. That much we can say. And with 1 frame to play in this opening session of the final, he's pulled one back. Ronnie O'Sullivan leading here in Shanghai by 7 frames to 1.
This could go wrong. Has he left a red on to the left corner? Well, difficult to tell from that angle. If you can pot it, if you can play the cannon to the black, if you can pot it, or is it just a safety shot? Looks like he can't pot it. So attempting to get the cue ball dead on the cushion behind the yellow. Well, I'm not sure if he went to pot that, the way he played it. Has he got away with it?
Peggy Lee just watching for that yellow.
He must have been very close to it. And just a little too hard for the blue.
Sullivan 1.
Looks slow.
Foul and miss.
Well slow.
Sorry, Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
Yeah, I don't think it's the quickest table we've ever seen. It seemed to, if anything, be slower since they reclothed it. Seem to be playing a bit quicker in the week.
Yes, I agree. I thought it would have speeded up with the iron being on it every 4 frames. It's a better speed. Well, if you can get the cue ball dead on the cushion behind the blue, he'd cover this red over the left corner. He hasn't quite caught it thick enough. And I think the red is on to that left corner pocket. Not a good safety. And open the reds up at the same time there.
One.
A little unfortunate not to be on a colour of any kind. But maybe he could play off the 2 cushions. Land up behind the yellow.
Foul. Miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan 1.
Well, you wouldn't want to put that back. He wouldn't miss it a second time, I'm sure of that. And he could find himself snookered. Great pot. And he's got an angle on the yellow. Needs to miss the pink. Played it well. Now the question remains. Oh no, I never thought of this. And neither did I.
Yeah, yellow spot held, next highest available,
3.
the black spot. Well, that kind of just rubs it in, doesn't it, really? What a slap in the face that is.
Looking at the possible plant to the middle, but how unfortunate is that?
Trump 3.
That's a good safety. No way back to walk for O'Sullivan. This is short, I think. And he's left a red on.
Wow. Yes. Trump 4.
So another chance for Judd Trump. Difficult table.
One.
Well, again, I think we saw there, this table is a little on the slow side.
Pink spot held. So the pink going
7.
on the blue spot. Would help if... Yes, it's got an angle.
8.
And the yellow goes back onto the black spot. You'd have to pop quite a few
10.
yellows to win the frame.
11.13. 14.
Now he could play for that last loose red, but it's a nice angle this to open the reds up. Maybe get the pink back on its own spot. Now is he on one?
20.
Well, body language is saying he isn't. Not an easy one anyway. Well, that's a good recovery shot. But the wrong side of the pink. Now, you could screw the cue ball back to be sure of being on this red to the right corner. If he plays it with topspin like this and gets a kiss, well, that's okay, because that's where I was going to say he should bring the cue ball back to. He's on this red to the right corner.
27.
Or the one to the left corner.
I think what's good is he's still going for his shots. He's showing O'Sullivan he's still in there fighting. And that's gone wrong.
Yeah, could have done without the kiss. 33 points the difference. Maybe push the blue safe. But don't go for the pot.
Blue ball. Trump 28.
Well, it could have done with being closer to the cushion. That's brought the blue away from the cushion. The red that's closest to the yellow, you could take that to the yellow pocket and screw back across the table for the black. Would be safe if you missed it. As long as he doesn't bring the red all the way back down the table. Could play it into the blue and red, that red. Let's see what he plays.
Foul.
Oh, he's hit the yellow first, and that red's coming back down. His problem here is if he plays one of the reds, one of those two reds, screws the cue ball back towards the black, then he could be snookered next shot. Unless you pot one like that. Now what? Doesn't want to bring the black off the cushion. I think maybe, well, this is, if the black's touching the cushion, he could go for the pot, but it mustn't be touching. Well, it is. I thought he might have gone for the pot there. He's got the insurance of the yellow near the cushion, the blue next to the red. This black would hug the cushion. I think he's got to go for it. If he touches the black, he's snookered next shot. His only other shot is the green.
Black ball. Catch on 1.
A clever shot from O'Sullivan, bringing the blue into play. Now maybe just push that red next to the black towards those three reds. Leaves the cue ball on the right side cushion is an option. Didn't want it to kiss the brown, though.
Yes, a few murmurs in the audience after that last shot. So 30 points in it.
He had a lot of room to play with there. Misses the brown, it's safe.
1.
one difficult red, one difficult yellow. The two reds by the brown, not in an easy place either.
6. 7.
One of the reds would go to the left corner. And that would release the other red, but he's too hard. And it's very difficult from there to get to a colour.
12.
Oh, what a great shot.
13.
Powering the red in. Now, can he get to that red? Just to the right of the brown. That's as good as he could get on the red. This is another very difficult pot. But it does free the other red
16.
if he gets it. Well, does he ever miss?
17.
Well, a little too far on the black and blue. Difficult to get to the red from either of those two colours. So, may have to be a... I was going to say a deep screw, but he may be able to power it through the two cushions. And he has done. Another great positional shot from O'Sullivan.
26.
Doesn't want the brown to go safe.
24.
Now what? Could play the snooker behind the brown. Problem is he can't get good position on to the yellow from a colour, so that's got to be the shot.
O'Sullivan, 24.
It was a great 24 as well. 6 points in it. Last frame of the session. 8-1 or 7-2.
And Trump snookered.
Wow, miss.
Oh, how did he get round the back of that? But it'll be going back.
He's played very good match snooker, Ronnie O'Sullivan, today. Safety's been excellent. He's been very patient playing that side of the game, trying to force errors. He's got Trump in trouble again.
He'll be happy with that. Now just sit back and enjoy this safety battle. And watch the clever things that both players play. Looks good. Is it too hard? was just a little too hard. And that's a let-off. Another good safety, but full in the ball should have full ball shot, should have a chance of a snooker. And listen to the crowd. They want this to be a little closer.
Well, that's the biggest cheer of the day for a snooker.
This could be a free ball.
Miss. 下张 4.
This could be a free ball. It is.
Free ball.
Oh, well, what do you do here? You play the green, you play the blue. Put it back, play from there. There's lots of chances, lots of choices, should I say. Problem is, if you do take the blue or the green and miss it, you leave the frame. If it had been 7-1 up, I'm pretty sure he'd have took the blue.
Well, he's going back, understandably.
It's a dangerous pot to take on. He's got an easy safety. And he'll settle for that. Well, that doesn't look too bad. Brown stopping the yellow going into the pocket. Well, I think it does. And that's another snooker. Near enough. Slight swerve. Looks good. pushing the green to the cushion has made things a little bit harder. Getting to the brown from there could be difficult. And that looks good. It looks pretty good, that one. Full ball snooker. I'd be tempted just to push the yellow towards the green. Well,
Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
it's going to come down to that green then. He's unfortunate to going off. But the problem with striking the ball hard is you don't know where it's going to go. Well, could he have played that any better? What a great shot from O'Sullivan. And he's unfortunate if it's straight.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 2.
Well,
Well, a very dramatic end to the session. 1 point in it. O'Sullivan misses the green.
this is a tough green. 7-1 down. Very tough. Now that's a great pot. That's a great pot.
Well, it's a measure of what this session's been like, that 7-2 would feel like some sort of result for Trump. At one stage, we were talking whitewashes.
7.
But if he pots blue and pink, he's given himself just a glimmer of a chance. He's going to have to throw everything at O'Sullivan when they resume. But this could be a big, big frame to win. And he has won it.
18.
It's been Ronnie O'Sullivan's session, make no mistake. He's the happier of the two as they head off to the dressing rooms. But Judd Trump, as I say, has just kept himself in touch by winning the last frame of the session. He was 7-0 down. As we say, we were talking about whitewashes at that stage, but Judd Trump wins the last two and trails 7-2 in the final of the Shanghai Masters.